Everyone, just making another video of this little Syil C6-b lathe turning. What I'm making today is basically like a chewing tobacco can. That's the idea. Of course, it's like out of a billet. It's just going to be a case with the cap that threads on. I don't chew tobacco. That's not what I'm using it for, but that was sort of what I modeled it after. It's going to look like this. The top's threaded, and then there will be a cap, which will also be threaded and go on there. Yeah. So I've had the lathe about 6 months now, and I've learned lots about it. It took a lot of getting used to, not having a lot of torque available, and it's a little bit of a limitation, but if you're patient and you're willing to work within its capabilities, it's not actually a very big deal, because once it's set up and it's running, the repeatability is awesome. Yeah, I guess a little bit about the tooling and what I'm doing. I've got my braced-on Carbide roughing tool here. The geometry is really, really square. It's a good tool, I find, for kind of doing everything. I've turned some stainless steel with it and it did pretty good. And lots of aluminum and it did good. Brass and bronze, it was also really good. And they're really cheap, and that's what's important. If you're a hobby machinist, and my threading tool is this great big piece of high-speed steel, which I ground a point onto. These big pieces of high-speed steel are pretty cheap. I think you can get them under 10 bucks. It'll last you a really, really, really long time. Yeah, oh, one thing about the cap, you're not going to see it in this video, but because I don't have a lot of torque, the spindle is a VFD, it essentially only has one speed, so you don't have enough torque to go in there with a huge U-drill, and you remember the cap has quite a big hole. It's 2-inch thread, so I had to go in with a 1/2-inch drill, then a 5/8, then a 1-inch, and then I used the boring bar to open up the rest of the hole. The cycle to go from a 1-inch hole to the 2-inch hole takes about 8 minutes, but again, not the end of the world if you're a hobby machinist and just doing your own thing. Cutting a nice radius on there. That's gonna one more pass and then do the OD turning. Now it's just going to thread. Threading on this machine is a little slow, but it's not as slow as I initially thought. I was being sort of a wimp before because I worry about the pitch changing as the tool goes across the part. As the tool enters the cut, the spindle slows down a little. The encoder only has one sensor, which actually I can show you. That's what runs the threading. See that little blinking light? Every time it makes a revolution, it blinks, it sends that signal all the way to the computer. So it is able to compensate for the spindle slowing down, and it will change the feed rate as it enters the cut. But you'll often get a really bad thread, just because that only has one sensor. It's got to wait for a full revolution. If you're almost stalling it, it's not going to work. But yeah, right now, so this is a 2-inch thread, 20 thou pitch, and I'm going 1.5 thou per pass. Yeah. I'm going to look at the code here and I can explain a little bit of it. So the X number right there, that's the finish diameter. That's how far it's going to feed in X till it's done. And the other main number, it's done already. The other main number that you want to adjust and fine tune is this J. That's your depth per pass. Some of the stuff I was doing, I was only running at 1/2 thou, but at 1.5 thou, that's pretty quick. My whole cycle time there was 5, well, I guess almost 6 minutes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good day.